Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing a series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through reviewing some pretty tasty Coca-Cola, and I could definitely go for a snack to go along with it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Ooh, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my Mega Ran shirt. Yeah. And I've worn this one any number of times in reviews over the years. That's because I'm a big fan. If you're unfamiliar with who Mega Ran is, though, Mega Ran is a rap and hip-hop artist most commonly associated with the nerdcore subgenre, which is a subgenre within rap and hip-hop that tends to focus on nerdy things. So, anime, cartoons, video games, that kind of thing. He has, of course, gone over there and done other stuff besides the nerdcore stuff. He, in fact, actually has, at the time I'm doing this, he has a children's album that he put out, which is actually up for a Grammy. Well, it's in consideration for a Grammy. That's so cool. I love this guy, love his work. I actually have videos of his performances that I've attended over the years. Those videos are available on my channel in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as his music is concerned, because I think the guy's incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Tasty Coca-Cola, eh? So yeah, I just got through reviewing, boom, the Diet Coke limited edition with lime, with the sort of retro packaging. You can watch that review if you want. And after I got through doing the review, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of a little bit hungry. Plus, I'm a little bit more awake now than I was when I did that one. I try to, when I do reviews, I try not to do them too soon after I wake up because I'm always a little bit wonky. But sometimes I do because I'm a little bit wonky. Now that I'm a little bit more together, I figured let's do another review while I'm relatively spry of mind. I've decided I'm going to go over there and review some potato chips. Specifically, these are baby back rib flavored potato chips from Casey's. And if you don't know, Casey's is a chain of gas stations, and they do their own in-house stuff and baby back rib potato chips. Let's get a thing for the thing here. Let's try to see if we can get a thing for the thing. Kind of go like that, maybe. Yeah, that'll work, and we'll go ha 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 ha. Let's try these out. Now, whenever I review chips, I always go through this. I'm going to keep doing it until we see an improvement. Here's the bag, right? It's big old bag, bigger than my head. This is how many chips you actually get. A lot smaller than my big head, huh? Some people like to say, oh, they have to do that for packaging. No, they don't. No, they don't. Don't let them sell that to you. But let's try out some chips. Ooh. No credit where it's due. That's pretty damn good. It's got some proper smokiness to it. Even has kind of a savoriness to it. Okay. My biggest concern coming into this was that, okay, they're just going to be barbecue potato chips, which everybody's had barbecue potato chips. Barbecue potato chips are like probably the most popular flavor of chip besides the normal ones. But no. Although, yeah, there's obviously a barbecue potato chip flavor aspect to them. There's more going on. Like, they actually created some dimension to the flavors. I like that. I don't want to get stuck between my teeth, though. There's a little sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. There's a little smokiness to it. There's even a little bit of heat to it, a little bit. Kind of in the tail end, you get a little something in the back of your throat. But there's also this sort of like slight underlying kind of savoriness to it. That's really cool. Like, and that really helps sort of give it, sort of like instead of just being a barbecue flavored chip, barbecue rib flavored chip. Okay. I see what you're doing, Casey's. I like it. I really like the barbecue flavor that they use for this. I like that it's got more than one dimension to it. And the thing is, it's not overly any of those things. I would say if it's anything, it's probably a little bit sweeter than it is anything else. But even then, it's not overly sweet because, again, you have that little bit of smokiness. You have that kind of savory underlining to it. So it works out really nice. Like, I can genuinely say, I don't think I've had barbecue flavored potato chips that taste exactly like this. These are definitely their own thing. I've had similar stuff, but I like what they did with these. And they're really impactful with the flavor, too. I mean, Casey's typically does pretty decent stuff, but at the end of the day, obviously they are a gas station brand. So I don't typically expect them to put out the same level of effort as like Lay's or, one of the other big chip Ruffles or something. But it's nice to see that when they do, they actually put in the effort. And these are good. I just wish there were more of them in the bag. But these are tasty. I really enjoy these. Two questions have to be asked, though. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I have to go with yes and yes. Coming into these, I figured they'd probably be at least decent because it's hard to fuck up barbecue flavor potato chips. It's possible, but typically speaking, that's an easy win. And I would say that all things considered, these well and truly exceeded my expectations. Not only was there a much greater level of complexity to the flavor that I wasn't expecting, there was a balance to it, and they even managed to go over there and do a pretty dang good job with the, again, like the barbecue rib aspect of it by including sort of a savory hit to it. I really like those, and I appreciate the fact that although, yeah, the majority of the experience is effectively a really just a nice tasting barbecue flavored potato chip, they offer something that is kind of unique in its own way. So I would get those again. I'd get them again even more if they had more in the bag. But as to whether or not I would recommend them, absolutely. I think these are tasty. Like I said, Casey's typically does pretty decent job on things. I've reviewed some of their in-house sodas, which have been hit or miss. Some of them you could definitely tell they were kind of a cheapo option. But when it comes to like their overall experience, I would say that, yeah, they do a good job, and I would say that these are a nice example of that. And those are some pretty tasty chips, and like I said, they have a nice barbecue zing to them, but kind of their own vibe. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have themselves a truly barbecue rib-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, ribs are so good. I still have not gone over there and reviewed ribs on the show. I might be able to go over there and make that. I might be able to change that this week. Maybe. We'll see. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know if you've tried these. I'm sure there'll be a limited edition flavor, but like honestly, these are one that like I'd love to see them keep around. These are something where I think they could really hang their hat on if they decided that they wanted to, make it a regular thing. Sometimes limited edition flavors are just a bit of fun for, a brief period of time. But every now and again, you do get one where it's like, no, I think they could keep this around. Or keep this. I was going between around and running, and I went around. I think they could keep this one running.